Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United. Good afternoon to you all on this rainy, miserable Saturday afternoon. What is happening? We've got the latest transfer news and goings on at Manchester United, as well as just the latest Manchester United news to dissect this afternoon and hopefully find out in regards to a bit of breaking news as well. We'll see. Wishful thinking. But thank you for joining us, guys. Everybody who's in the live chat, welcome aboard the video today. Thank you very much for getting in here, lads and lasses. Who've we got aboard the Bacon Express today? Let's take a little look. Kingslayer, Billy, Philip, Luman, Kingslayer again, Gungshi. Indeed, he says like and retweet for Piggy. Thank you very much there, Gungshi. Yes. Do us a favour at the start of this show. Give us a cheeky little like on this video. Smash the thumbs up button if you haven't done so. That'd be awesome. And also, you can give us a share around, like Gungshi says there on Twitter. We've pinned the tweet to the top of the live chat, so give us a cheeky little retweet over there on Twitter. It helps spread the word of the show. But yeah, make sure you do drop a little like on it and subscribe if you're new to this channel. Get your thoughts and opinions in throughout as well. We will be getting in and out of the live chat, seeing what you legends are saying about the latest reports and the latest news, and a big Q&A at the end also, so get in there. Peter Abate, Michael Woolley Wallbridge, TCG Hub, Billy, thank you very much, my friend. Jim Watkins, g'day from down under, bro. Good to see you, mate. How you been? Good, all the better for seeing you, dear. Gary Mathers, Primot, Dancing with the Devil, Joel, MCFC, get out. Primot, Must Play, Stay Gold, Michael, Lord PlayStation, and everybody else as well. You know, thank you very much for joining us for today's show. There's a bit to get into, not as much as we'd like to get into, because as I'm sure you're all aware, the Andre Onana deal is still not yet official. Pretty disappointing this, isn't it, guys? I mean, sort of to be expected from Manchester United's point of view, because we're just so slow and pathetic when it comes to doing any sort of transfers and pushing them over the line. But reports are that, you know, there is no issue with the deal. This is from Fab late last night. He said that there's no serious issues on Andre Onana deal, just a matter of time to get the final details sorted, then paperwork time. Manchester United and Inter spoke on Friday and almost agreed also on the add-on structure of 50 million euros plus 5 million in bonuses deal. So as we mentioned, there's just a few formalities here that they were quibbling over, mostly the structure of the bonuses from what we understand. So nothing to be too concerned about here. It does seem like Manchester United and Inter are going to reach the climax of this deal, and we should hopefully be able to, you know, announce Andre Onana very shortly as an official Manchester United player. We're waiting for the club confirmation that there's been an agreement between Inter and United for a fee to allow Andre Onana to leave. But it is happening, guys. I don't think anybody needs to really worry about it. If we have a look at some of the other news that also plays into this, Jan Sommer has said yes to Inter move as expected. Agreement ready on personal terms as contract and salary have been discussed. Inter will now negotiate with Bayern over a final fee for the Swiss goalkeeper. Inter want both Trubin and Sommer to replace Onana and Handanovic. So seems like they're already looking to bring in their suitable replacements for Andre Onana, so they're resigned to the fact that he's leaving. But it is just very frustrating from Man United's point of view. I mean, how pathetic can you be just to be so slow on this whole situation? Plus, we're still waiting for other transfers to have to come in. Players who will help us in the outfield positions and the striker position in particular. Mate, thank you, Ishmaila Abubakar there. Well done, mate. You've made the right decision by subscribing to the channel. Yes, sir. If you guys are new, like Ishmaila, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're going to be on here daily with all the news. Thank you, Ishmaila. Yeah, it's one of those guys. We're just playing the waiting game. Get used to it. You've got to have patience being a Manchester United fan because we are so slow in everything that we do. Other reports suggesting that Andre Onana will travel to Manchester on Sunday or Monday, but I think if we're being totally honest with this report that's coming out from Gazzetta in Italy, this was this morning, a few hours ago anyway, in regards to when Andre Onana could be on his way out to Manchester to have a medical and all that sort of thing. Well, I think we should probably just add a couple of days onto the end of that. Just in, Andre Onana will travel to Manchester on Sunday or Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday or Friday or Saturday or Sunday. You know, it could be one of those. Hopefully it's very soon. Hopefully it's within the next couple of days, obviously. That would be lovely if he could fly to Manchester to complete his medical, because then we could get him in for the US tour. We've got a game coming up soon, which is in Edinburgh. But other than that, you know, we are going away to the USA for plenty of games, and we would like to have Andre Onana there for us. Excuse me, guys, I got a little bit of a cold today. I think that's what was happening yesterday. I was feeling really ill yesterday. I had a monster migraine. Now I've got a filth cold today, so, you have to bear with me. But, yeah, so so hopefully he's coming in very, very soon. It's a case of Manchester United agreeing with Inter, and then he'll be flying in for a medical. But what an absolute slow process this is. It's just what's become of Manchester United these days, sadly. Because, like IQ Insane, is saying in the live chat, there's incompetence, not from me, but from United in the way that they do the business, of course, to bring in players and slow process as they are. And I think it really stems from, having the Glazer shithouses as our owners, to be perfectly honest, guys. I mean, it is very largely about that. I mean, if we look at some other deals that have been done today from other clubs, I mean, look, there's obviously an announcement there, which is from Arsenal. They have officially completed the signing of Declan Rice. I mean, it took a little while to get that finalised and over the line, but this is going to have some ramifications and knock-on effects. It might actually help Manchester United out in some ways, which we'll get into in a moment. But, Declan Rice to Arsenal has now been done for £100 million plus £5 million in add-ons. Rice also becomes the most expensive English player in the history of the game. Pretty mental, really, guys. Pretty mental. I mean, that shows you the lack of quality that there is in bringing in these types of players at Manchester United right now. We could have and should have gone in for Declan Rice ourselves if we had different owners, if we had a bit of bollocks about us. We would actually have tried to sign this guy ourselves, I think. I mean, maybe there's better ways to spend 100 million quid, to be fair, for Manchester United squad right now. But the only reason we were never in for Declan Rice, and the only reason we've never really tried to negotiate a deal there, is because we've got the Glazers in charge. That's reality here. They are scum. We need to get them out of this football club. They're having bad effects on this football club still to this day. And you're seeing really good targets go to, let's face it, lesser shite clubs like Arsenal, because we just aren't prepared to go in and spend the cash. I know that that's an insane amount of money, to be fair, to spend on Declan Rice, but it shows ambition from Arsenal to get that deal done for a really good player who's actually got the best years ahead of him. He's only 24. He's got the best years ahead of him. And he probably will significantly improve Arsenal over the coming years. And we've missed out on that player just because we can't be bothered. Just because we've got shite owners who don't want to go and speculate to accumulate here and don't have any ambition. So the sooner we can get those Glazer shite bags out of this football club, the sooner we'll actually be able to kick on and start pulling off some big money deals like this. And some big ambition deal. It's not even about the money, actually. It's just about the ambition of the type of player that Arsenal are signing. I still think they've overpaid for this guy. Of course they have. Nobody's worth 100 million quid, especially not Declan Rice, to be fair. But he is worth a significant amount of money, and they've had to satisfy West Ham because they're a Premier League team and because obviously they don't want to sell him and they've produced this talent. So they've had to satisfy West Ham, but they've been prepared to do that and pay the money and have the ambition to bring in this guy. Let's ask the live chat, guys. Would you have liked to have seen Manchester United try and sign Rice at the start of this summer transfer window? Yes or no? Just be honest with me. Let me know your thoughts, because I would have liked to have seen us try to sign him. I'm not saying that we should have gone to those lengths and paid that amount of money and got in a bidding war, and but we should be trying to sign those sorts of players, I think, to help Manchester United, because he is a good homegrown talent that would obviously improve our midfield. I think our midfield would have looked a lot better with him in it. And you could even suggest that would be the case if we'd have added a bit more money and gone in instead of Mason Mount. Only time will tell on that one. But certainly, we paid 60 million for Mount. This is a significant amount more than that. But actually, when you consider what maybe Man United needed, maybe Rice would have been a really good signing to just slot into that midfield alongside Cassie, perhaps. And we've still got Bruno Fernandes playing in front. And Christian Eriksen and these guys. So, I don't know. I'm just saying, if Man United had the ambition, we could have gone and got this guy. Billy says 105 million for the English Scott McTominay. I mean, I do think that's a bit harsh on Rice, to be fair. I've always rated Rice, to be honest, whereas Scott McTominay, I'd rather have a Tunnock's tea cake playing out in the centre of the park. At least they're a bit sweet and tasty. You know what I mean, as far as a Scottish product goes. But Scott McTominay, he's just not there, really. It's just not on the same level, if you ask me. Plus, Rice is younger and he has a higher ceiling, and they're paying for the potential that this guy has as well as his current ability. So I actually do think Rice is I know you're having a bit of banter there, but I do think Rice is a lot better than Shotty McTominay. Zamiassi, there he goes, you see. This is it. The Arsenal fans in here. He says Salt Bay and Rice tonight. Absolutely filth, Zamiassi. So Zamiassi, Arsenal scummer, happy that, of course, Arsenal got the deal announced for Declan Rice. It is a cracking signing. I can't say anything other than that. I do genuinely believe it's a very, very good deal for West Ham, obviously, for the amount of money that they've received. But if you take the money out of it and just look at the ambition that's shown and the player that they've signed, the quality of Declan Rice, Arsenal are getting themselves a very good player here. So I think they've done well. They're not messing around in this summer transfer window, and they're actually trying to make strides and trying to compete this season. And it is too expensive. Everybody's right in saying that. It's too much money. Nobody's worth that amount of money. But what does it show? It shows you that Arsenal are prepared to spend. That's like 200 million that they've spent now, basically. You know, with Rice and Havertz and, you know, they're spending a significant amount of cash, Arsenal. So they've got the ambition. They've got owners that are prepared to go out there and try and reach new heights. United still stuck with the same shitty Glazers. That's the point I'm making here, really. It's just that if we'd have actually had really good owners or ambitious owners, like Chelsea's or Arsenal's right now, or City's, you know, unfortunately they are scum, but they go out there and they get the manager who he needs. We would probably have gone in for this guy at the start of the transfer window, and if there was offers on the table from either Arsenal and United, and they were similar sort of offers, he'd have probably chosen United, because United's a bigger, better club than those shithouses Arsenal. So we have missed out yet again, I think. I think he's a good talent, and we've missed out on him. There you go, Rushy. Absolutely great to see you in here, Rushmano. Thank you, buddy. He says, Arsenal's owners are willing to fully back their manager, unlike us. Spot on. Absolutely. That's what it comes down to, isn't it? Whether or not you think they've overpaid for him, they've gone and got Arteta, the man that he wants, and they've paid the money to do so. So, you know, pretty disappointing, really, that we haven't gone in for him. And also, there's another player that I'm disappointed we haven't gone in for, and you've just mentioned him in there in the live chat, Malps, which is Caicedo. He says Caicedo is miles better than Rice. Well, I really rate Caicedo as well, and he's young, and he's, you know, really, really talented, and there's reports that he would be available for like 80 million, you know, which is only a short amount or a little amount more than what we've paid for Mason Mount, and perhaps he's another player that stylistically and what we actually are crying out for maybe would have been a more sensible signing for Manchester United, but we're not prepared to go out there and spend that little bit of extra cash, it seems, right now. So I am a little bit disgusted with what's happening and how slow we're being with transfers. This Onana situation's really slow. And of course, we haven't gone and got a striker yet, which is what we needed. And we've gone and overpaid for Mason Mount as well, in my opinion. But okay, we've got Ten Hag's man. I'm okay with that. It's dependent on who else we bring in this summer transfer window. But as I was mentioning, I mean, look, this Declan Rice deal, it's a good deal, obviously, all round. They get a good player, and West Ham get a lot of money. It could have a positive knock-on effect in one way for Manchester United, which is that it's being reported now, because West Ham have now had this influx of money from selling Declan Rice here, that they may well be interested in maybe signing one or two Manchester United players now. So who would be actually a decent replacement, or a decent substitute at least, to come in and replace Declan Rice for West Ham, who are a lower Premier League team? Scotty McTominay, guys. And could we generate an extra 20 or 30 million pounds from selling Scott McTominay to West Ham? I hope so. And there are various different reports coming out now to suggest that Manchester United could be looking at doing a deal with West Ham for Scott McTominay. So according to the Independent, Rice's transfer has been confirmed now, obviously, and West Ham apparently now will step up their interest in Scott McTominay, who's said to be a leading target for the Hammers in midfield, because obviously they got that Ginger Goblin Scotland connection there as well. And he is sort of like a complete Poundland Declan Rice, isn't he? Just not as good, but physical, you know, tall player, gets about, you know, that sort of vibe. So it does kind of make sense that maybe Scott McTominay could be on his way to West Ham, and I'm all for that, guys. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you'd like to see Man United generate, I don't know, 25 or 30 million pounds by selling Scotty McShotbag to the Hammers. Let us know in the live chat if you'd be up for that. That'd be brilliant. Then we could go and sign Amrabat or somebody else. Oh. Excuse me, lads and lasses, I am not very well today. I'm a little bit snotty McTominay. I'm a little bit snotty McTominay today, guys. Get rid of that snot bag. Absolutely, the Ginger Goblin Connexione Don Gung Show. Okay, so lots of ones come to the live chat suggesting, yes, we would like to get rid of him. And snotty McTominay, absolutely, try and get rid of him. Would be nice, wouldn't it, if we can? So reports are suggesting that because of this big influx, West Ham might look to then go and spend some of that money on Scotty McTominay. And also, there's other reports to suggest that maybe Moyes' team, David Moyes, might also be keen on Slabo Maguire. Please come and take the human breeze block off of us in this transfer window. That would actually be amazing. That would cheer us up no end. Yes, we're disappointed about players coming in, but if we could get rid of a couple of absolute ball and chains round the ankle of this football club in this summer, that would be a big step in the right direction. But it's thought potentially with the situation as it is and the amount of money that's involved, that West Ham might be sort of keen on maybe perhaps a loan deal because of how much money Maguire is on in terms of wages and that kind of thing. And, he's got a couple of years left to run on his deal at United with an option for a further year. He's definitely not really in the fold at United, though. He's dropped down the pecking order significantly in recent months. And he's probably like 5th choice centre-back at United. So it's actually a really sensible move. It would be a sensible move for Maguire to go and play at West Ham. You know, he would have a big role in the side there. He would probably work well in a David Moyes team. They're going to be a mid-table team. That's basically the right sort of position for a team that Maguire should be playing in, really. Really, he was never a Manchester United player. I mean, at the time, when we signed him, it was on the back of a good season at Leicester, and he was looking really good for England. And I can understand why we thought he would go on and do some good things at United. You know, I genuinely thought it was a decent signing at the time. But obviously, we paid way too much for him. But actually, for West Ham, he could probably be a good player for them. That's the difference. Like, Man United have very high expectations, and we've got such a high standard, and we're trying to actually win things. And he's just too error-prone and slow and doesn't fit the Ten Hag style and all the rest of it. So there's many reasons why he's not good enough for Manchester United, but he certainly could be good enough for West Ham. So let's hope that there's a little bit behind this, and it's possible that Harry Maguire could be on his way. Still haven't heard anything about the captaincy being stripped from him, but it's obviously a formality. I think he's not going to be playing regularly for us. So surely the armband's got to go to somebody else, the vice-captaincy also. Maguire, unfortunately, is on big money, which could cause a bit of a roadblock in trying to sell him outright. But maybe there is a deal to be done for a short-term move or a loan. But I wouldn't really want to loan him, guys. What do you reckon? Maguire, keep, sell, or loan? If you could sell him for 25 or 30 million quid, I think it makes sense to get him off the books. Problem is, will West Ham be prepared to pay him £200,000 a week to be a complete slab of a man for them? Very unlikely. Very unlikely. Malp says sell. Billy says sell. Nick says sell. Yeah. Ronster says sell. Nick Stevenson says sell. Carl says Sonic Asylum. Yeah, everyone wants him to go, apart from Pro Glazer, obviously. This scumbag, this Glazer lover, wants Maguire to stay. Jim Watkins says sell. Aaron Agnew says sell. Dynamic Manor. Larry Hasse, thank you very much for getting in here with your comments as well. So nobody wants to keep Harry Maguire at the football club. I don't. You don't. I'm sure Ten Hag doesn't. If he could generate a little bit of cash to maybe go out there and spend on a player he does want and save a couple of £100,000 a week off the books, then I'm sure he would want to do that. But let's hope that that's the case. He's also being linked with other football clubs. So same with Scott McTominay. McTominay reportedly, anyway, take it with a pinch of salt, but reportedly has a number of Premier League clubs that are interested in him this summer. Newcastle United have been heavily linked with him. I saw some quotes from Eddie Howe earlier on saying that they're working within a reasonably tight budget. So maybe he could be a player they'd go for. And then Everton and Brighton are also reportedly interested in him as well. He's not really played a lot for us. It doesn't quite make sense to keep hold of him. If there's interest from other teams, get rid of him. But I actually do think because of the Declan Rice situation and West Ham selling Rice for such a significant amount of money, they could pocket, 70, 75 million pounds from that deal and replace him with a sort of direct replacement, stylistic player-wise, by going to get Scott McTominay, and he could be obviously quite a decent first-team player for West Ham. So there's more of a basis for Scott McTominay to West Ham than there is Maguire because of what Maguire's paid and how shite he is. But certainly Scott McTominay may well be on his way out to join David Moyes if they want a little bit of piece of the action. So come on, please come and get him. That's all I'm saying on that. We need to try and move players on this window. That would make us feel a bit better, and it would also give us the chance to go in and reinvest that money to sign other players that will improve this team, i.e. perhaps Amrabat, other players that we could just go and get. Definitely, Gungshi. It's time to transfer nose pass. Absolutely. Hey, Luan. Thank you so much, Luan. How are you doing today? Yes, take a moment to drop a like on the video. She says, smash the like button. Hello, everyone. Great to see you, Luan. Hope you're having a great day, you Legendess. Thank you very much for that. Guys, we've got 213 legends watching and only 88 likes. You what? Are you having a laugh? Everyone, take a second to smash the shit out of that like button. Give us a boost up there on the YouTube algorithm. Every little like helps. And it's free. And that's all we ask around here is you leave a cheeky little thumbs up. So make sure you drop a little like on it if you haven't done so. And let's smash past 100 likes. Nice one. Okay then, by the way guys, we're very close as well to getting to 72,100 subscribers. We're only a few people away, so if it is your first time here on the channel, you can subscribe and help us get there. And welcome to Ansar Ahmed as well. Shout out to you, my man. Thanks for joining. Okay, so, you know, there's a little bit of a segue from the Declan Rice news to the McTominay and Maguire potentially being a target for West Ham. Hopefully it's the case. Now, on to the next piece of news, which is United-related and goalkeeper-related. It's in regards to this new Japanese international youngster that we're looking at, Zion Suzuki. So lots of reports coming out today that United have actually reached an agreement on personal terms with Zion Suzuki, and United will now be working on paperwork to submit a formal offer to Uwara Reds, which we haven't done yet, but it is in the process of being worked upon. So that's good, positive news, guys. We are trying to sign this backup goalkeeper as well, which means that, you know, Dean Henderson's way more than likely to be going on his way out this summer as well, which means we can get a significant amount more money to spend on new players as well. So that's good news. Last night, obviously, Fab reported that United are working on Zion Suzuki deal. The Japanese goalkeeper is one of 3 options as a backup goalkeeper, and talks are now taking place on the players' side. This was last night. No talks yet with Uwara Reds, as Man United are busy with the Andre Onana deal being finalised. So that was what Fab said last night, and today we've got confirmation that United have actually reached an agreement on personal terms with Zion Suzuki. So he would be happy to come and join United from a for a backup point of view and help us to, you know, have more options in that goalkeeper department. So there you go. It looks like that's quite likely that will happen. It won't be a lot of money involved. He seems like a good young player. Don't really know much about him, but if we've highlighted him as being a really good option as a youngster, I think he's only 20, to potentially go on and do good things in the future. It's not a lot of money that we're being talked about here to have to go and spend. So it would be a good signing, guys, and just backs up Andre Onana, who is, of course, going to be our number 1 signing. He's, of course, going to be our number 1 signing. So should be good. Yes, absolutely, Billy. Billy makes a great point. It says, excellent. That means Henderson will be going. Can watch him get relegated at Forest. Spot on. So, yep, Henderson is a target for Nottingham Forest. We're just hoping that, you know, that can be done sooner rather than later. He's on quite a lot of money at Manchester United, 130k a week. And so if you could save that off the books and then also move him on and free up some transfer funds, that would be brilliant. So hopefully that gets done soon, guys, in regards to signing Suzuki. Now on to a United legend between the sticks. We've got another update on the situation of Edwin van der Sar. Bless him. Let's hope that he gets very well, you know, soon. He's been repatriated now, guys. So this is the latest update from Ajax, who have given a public update on the condition of Edwin van der Sar on the latest. So this is the update. Edwin van der Sar, on behalf of his wife Anne-Marie, Edwin has repatriated from Croatia on Friday evening and is currently in the intensive care unit of a Dutch hospital. His situation remains the same, stable, in a non-life-threatening condition and communicative. The Van der Sar family would like to express their deep gratitude to the University Hospital of Split for their great care during the last week. Edwin has to remain in the intensive care unit where he will be investigated further, and the family fervently hope he can focus on his recovery afterwards. So let's just get a cheeky little hashtag get well soon in the live chat and some love hearts in the live chat for Edwin van der Sar. Really just hoping that, you know, he makes a full recovery as soon as possible, because he's just a thoroughly bloody nice guy. Take football out of it. He's a nice guy. He's young. He's only, 52, I think he is. And it would be horrendous if anything happened to Edwin, you know, at this stage of his life. He's such a nice bloke. And plus, he is a United legend, you know. He is an absolute legend at this football club. So I just hope that he makes a full recovery. Get well soon, Edwin. And sending all the love to Edwin and the Van der Sar family right now. He is an absolute goat. Couldn't agree more with you. What a fantastic goalkeeper. One of the very best goalkeepers United have ever had. Just for a bit of fun here, The way I would rate Manchester United goalkeepers in my lifetime would be Schmeichel number 1, the best, Edwin van der Sar number 2, and I would put David De Gea at number 3. He's head and shoulders above any of the other sort of goalkeepers we tried in that time. But just for a bit of fun, say in 8 years, 9 years time, 5 years time, however long we've got Andre Onana for, where do you think Andre Onana would rank in the pantheon of United goalkeepers? let's just for a bit of fun ask that question right now. Where do you think Andre Onana would actually rank? I mean, let's hope that he's number 3. Let's hope that he does better things than David De Gea. And it's not that David De Gea is not an amazing goalkeeper. I don't think he could probably go and match the legend status of Schmeichel or Van der Sar. I mean, particularly Schmeichel's probably the best keeper I've ever seen. Or certainly right up there. You know, right up there with the likes of Gianluigi Buffon and these guys in their prime. He's right up there. But Andre Onana is coming to that period in his career where it's his best time in his career now. Hopefully he would be able to go on and, you know, win some things at United with us. Hopefully we can snag a Champions League over the next 7 years, or we can win a couple of Premier League titles or something like that. That's the idea. And if he can do that, then he will probably have to slide in front of David De Gea. De Gea does have some trophy wins at the club, of course, including a Premier League winner's medal, but, you know, they're quite few and far between. It's not really his fault over that period of time that we had De Gea in goal. Other than when Fergie was at the club right at the start, we have been a struggling side. So, you know, maybe it's a bit harsh to even compare it. 8 says Madhouse, wow, you think he's going to be like down there with Roy Carroll and shit. Onana says Lewis, Eraser is the GOAT. 3 says Aficionado, 3rd or 4 says Neil. Onana number 3. I mean, Barthez was a great keeper, but he was not a great keeper at Manchester United, was he? Respect Raj, that says Onana similar to a young Neuer pig. I mean, those are some big words, to be fair, lad. Gungshi says, who knows? Need to see him play for us first. Hopefully he'd be number 1. Well, let's hope so. But, I mean, I don't think he will. I don't think he's going to be as good as Schmeichs. But you never know. Hopefully, hopefully that is the case, mate. I mean, got to love that positive attitude, mate. Got to love it. Definitely. Bosnich level, says Sonic Asylum. That would be filth. Don't want that. Barthez was great with Blanc. Well, Barthez was a very, very good goalkeeper. And he was very good with his feet. And he liked to, get out, and he could sweep up and play out from deep. And he was he was a skillful goalkeeper in that sense, right? But he was just too error prone for Man United. Yeah, that Suzuki does look good, RJ. So the latest on Suzuki is, personal terms are agreed between us and the player, and it's just now about trying to reach an agreement with Uwara Reds, which is his team. So hopefully we find out a little bit more in regards to Suzuki being a done deal soon as well. But the big frustration at the moment is just us not getting the deal done for Onana just yet. Just to give you all the update on anyone who's coming in the live chat right now, if you want to know the latest on Andre Onana, it's expected that there's no problems. It's going to go through, and the announcement is imminent. It could well be tonight, it could be tomorrow, but it should be anytime soon. And then hopefully he'll be travelling over to Manchester to have his medical and, sign paperwork and all the rest of it. So Justin, this is from earlier from Gazzetta in Italy. Take it with a pinch of salt, but it says Andre Onana will travel to United on Sunday or Monday. Hopefully that's true. Onana tweeted late last night and said that there's no serious issues at all on the Andre Onana deal. Just a matter of time to get the final details sorted. And then the paperwork time. Manchester United and Inter spoke on Friday and almost agreed also the add-on structure of 50 million euros plus 5 million euros bonuses deal. So they were just trying to finalise the bonus structure and 1 or 2 paperwork things and that kind of thing, just slowing the process down. And plus United are so slow when it comes to doing anything like this. But it's just about payment terms to be approved. That's what Fabrizio Romano says, just about payment terms. So unless there's some sort of calamity situation, i.e. he fails a medical or, United and Inter can't agree on a couple of million euros bonuses and how it's structured, which I don't think is going to be the case. It looks like he will be a United player. So, welcome to Manchester for Andre Onana. A little bit preemptive, but it should be in the next couple of days that we get this guy in. And then he will be, of course, unveiled. So, yeah, he should be going to the USA tour. I mean, the next game is against Lyon in Edinburgh, I think it is, isn't it? And I don't think he will be playing for us in that game. But I think the next game after that, hopefully we should be seeing Andre Onana represent Manchester United between the sticks. That would be nice. Okay, so that's the latest there, guys. Andre Onana to Manchester United is still very much a go-ahead. It's very close. just waiting for the formalities and an announcement to be made, so which will be coming very, very soon. Just quickly, we talked about Inter and some of the money that they were looking to spend the Andre Onana situation, or, you know, the Andre Onana sale on. And, you know, they obviously have now agreed a deal with Jan Sommer. He's seemingly interested in going to play for Inter, so that adds a bit more fuel to the fire that this whole deal with Andre Onana is all but done. And also, just interestingly, I don't know if you saw this, guys, but now Inter Milan have pulled out of the Romelu Lukaku deal. They're pissed off, apparently, that the fact that Romelu Lukaku was talking to other clubs in Italy like Juventus, and Inter have got word of this, and they are no longer interested in going in for him. Apparently, that's the case anyway. So, you know, they were looking to spend a significant amount of money on Romelu Lukaku. It looks like that won't be the case now. But it looks like Juventus are going in for Lukaku. So Fabrizio, a couple of hours ago today, reported that Juventus have bid for Romelu Lukaku now. 37.5 million euros plus 2.5 million euros in add-ons. Proposal only valid if they're able to sell Dusan Vlahovic. So, you know, that is a big if by August the 4th. Chelsea hope to sell Lukaku before August. So Chelsea are not interested in Dusan Vlahovic despite rumours of a swap deal. That's the latest update there. So quite interesting. Lukaku sort of playing everyone against each other there, just trying to get the biggest deal, I think. Him and his agent trying to move for the most money they can get, really. And if it seems like Juventus are interested in taking him. But he's a complete donkey, if you ask me. So, you know, I mean, there's a few people in here. For fuck's sake, another player we could get, says Sonic Asylum. Well, okay. I mean, Vlahovic is certainly of interest to us, I would say. But, you know, we wouldn't want Lukaku back. A8 says Lukaku is shit. Luman says Lukaku is a snake. Absolutely. I mean, I don't think any of us want Lukaku back at the football club. I'm just saying that. But maybe Vlahovic would have been wanted. But I think we're working on, you know, we're interested in Rasmus Højlund. That's who Ten Hag seems to want. And as a forward player option, if we can't get him, or even though, you know, or if we've got the money available, if we get the Glazers gone, for instance, maybe we could still get Harry Kane. That's a possibility, I suppose. But at the moment, we're still up in the air in the number 9 department. It's very, very disconcerting. We're waiting, and we have a lot of patience here as United fans, but at some point, we've got to pull the trigger on signing a striker. Oh, you mean Vlahovic? That's what I thought you meant, Sonic Asylum. Yeah, that's what I thought you meant, because nobody could, in their right mind, would want Lukaku back, because he is the definition of a donkey, lad. Gungshi, thank you very much indeed, lad, for gifting out 5 members on the channel. Come on, Sue! Let's get a love heart in the chat for Gungshi. Thank you so much for that. It's very kind of you, mate. Come on. Gungshi supporting the channel like a madman there with 5 memberships gifted out. He's made 5 people's dreams come true. What a legend. Thank you so much, Mr. Gungshi. Let's get some love in the chat, please. And he's gifted memberships out to OHB, Darb, Felipe Falcao, RJ, and also someone else as well. Not sure who the other person is, but somebody got it, and it's bloody awesome. Thank you so much to Gungshi for gifting out 5 memberships there. That's absolutely beautiful. Welcome aboard to the new members of this channel, and thank you to Gungshi for supporting the channel very, very much indeed. Appreciate it, lad. Get in there. Good on you, my friend. What a legend. Yes, Orlando says, thank you, Gungshi. Thank you very much, Gungshi, from the bottom of my loins for that. That's very, very nice, dude. Get your favourite Phil Jones emoji in the chat to celebrate Gungshi, the Gurnin hero. Thank you, Gungshi. Joshua Whitfield says, Pig, do you really think the Slab will leave United? Yes, I do, actually. Right, this is my reasoning on Slabby Maguire leaving United this summer. This is why I personally think that will happen. Because, well, he's shite and we don't want him, is more or less the main reason, and he's not really going to play that much at United. He will probably play. So the last we heard on Maguire's mentality was that he was training a few times a day in Portugal with Ricardo Carvalho, perhaps trying to learn how to bloody defend off of Ricardo, and, you know, and he was interested, at least, in staying at Manchester United and fighting for his place in the team. Well, if that's the case, then he's a scumbag, isn't he? Because let's face it, he's not realistically good enough for Man United, and certainly what we're trying to do with our team and style. He is a good backup. He's actually a decent backup to have in the squad, but who needs a backup on 200 grand a week? You don't need to be paying a backup that much. Plus, he's in the situation where he wants to play for England. Southgate seems to absolutely just nosh him off regardless of whether he plays for United or not. But at some point, you'd expect that Southgate's going to have to look at who's actually playing week in, week out within the league, to justify selecting them for his England team, you would think. And so surely Maguire can't just be stagnating, sat on the bench, not playing week to week and not getting any game time, because surely that's going to affect his position in the England team. So from that point of view, I mean, Maguire's never struck me as someone who would want to sit on the sidelines and not play. To be fair to him, he's always struck me as someone who would want to play football. And he wants to be out there and he leads and he always tries. I've never really had a problem with his mentality. It's more the fact that he's just technically shite. That's the big problem for Maguire. But actually, he tries his hardest every time he's on the pitch. I've got no quarrels with that. It's just that his best is not good enough for Manchester United, it seems. But for the right team, he would be very good. So let's just hope that there is interest from other teams, that there is maybe a little bit behind this West Ham interest, that they are now interested now they've got rid of Rice, so that we can perhaps see the back of Harry Maguire at United. That's what we're hoping. So I do think there's some basis to it, but at the same time, he's not stupid, is he? And unless there's a good offer that comes in for him from the Man United's point of view where we can get a bit of cash back, but also from his individual point of view where he's going to get similar money or the same money or more money than what he's being paid at Man United, why would he leave? It's like saying, oh, I'm working at Tesco's, but Tesco's are treating me bad and they don't want me stacking shelves as much as they should. But, I can go and work at Sainsbury's, but Sainsbury's are going to pay me even less and have less hours for me. He needs to have the right offer on the table is what I'm saying. You can say, oh, he wants to play his football, but at the same time, it is a job and these people are getting paid. And is he going to go and walk and play somewhere else and get paid 140k a week when he can get £200,000 a week just sitting around tossing off at United? Well, we know the answer to that with a lot of players in this day and age. It is about the money, and people like Phil No Bones Jones were happy to sit around and get 100 grand a week and do nothing. So, I don't know, it depends what type of character he is. Does he want to play? Does he want to get in the England team? Or does he just care about his couple £100,000 a week? I can't answer that question, really. Duncan Belifo, thank you very much for the highlighted member comment here, bud, and being a member 11 months, hashtag 11 for this legend. Thank you, Broski. He says, the only thing I have to say is Glazers out. Well said, lad. Let's get a hashtag Glazers out in the live chat. We need to get these bastards gone, mate. It seriously is a disgrace how far we are behind in terms of this transfer window doing business because of them. Thank you, Arsenal Manic. Well, I mean, he says you should have a 500k subscribers. Thank you very much, Arsenal Manic. Appreciate you, lad. Especially coming from an Arsenal scumbag. That means a lot. Thank you, bud. Mikey, with his super chat here. Thank you, Mikey. Get in there. Let's get a sue in the chat there for Mikey. Thank you, Mikey. He says, United waiting for Bayern to agree price with Kane before swooping in. Bayern won't go higher, not in their setup. United stalking, ready to strike late. Oh, I love that comment there, Mikey. That is beautiful. I do like what you're saying there, and I hope you're right. We've seen Manchester United do that a little bit in recent years. Like last summer, we waited for Arsenal to do all the negotiations for Lisandro Martinez and basically get us a price. And then we've essentially just swooped in and stolen them out from under their noses. That could certainly happen again. But the problem, the thing that I would like to mention about this is, if you're Tottenham, personally, I know you could just say, oh, it's about getting the most money for Harry Kane that they possibly can this window. Otherwise, they're going to lose him for free. And it's just about money for them. But is it? If you're Tottenham, wouldn't you rather see him go to Bayern Munich in a foreign league where he's not going to be facing you a couple of times in the season? He won't directly impact you in the league. Would you rather see him go to Bayern, even if it's for a little bit less money? That's the thing. It might even take United a bit more money than a Bayern bid to actually get the deal done. So Tottenham could actually agree a deal with Bayern for a bit less than what Manchester United would offer, simply because they're going to see the back of him then. He's not in the league. He doesn't play for a rival. That is a factor you have to factor in as well. I think United could swoop in once Bayern have maybe agreed a deal for him and increase the offer by a few million quid and maybe get the deal done. But maybe Spurs would want more from Man United. You have to remember that as well. Like, that's something you have to factor in. So, yeah, I hope you're right, though, bud. I absolutely do. I think that we should definitely be going in for that guy. No doubt. He is obviously a great player who's proven to score goals in this league. P.S. Thank you so much. Thank you for that, by the way, Mikey. Good to see you, lad. Hope you're good, lad. And P.S. It's going to love heart in there for P.S. Thank you for the super chat here, man. He says, if we can't get Højlund number 9, thoughts on João Felix? He can swap around the left with Rashi. The finance with his wages and loan fee are problematic. Yeah, I think it's quite unlikely. I mean, if we could get him for a loan deal for the season, it does kind of make sense. But I've spoken about this a little bit over the last couple of days. My thoughts on João Felix is he would be a great addition to the squad as well as another striker. Because if you look at João Felix, what he did for Chelsea last season, he only scored 4 goals in 20 appearances for them. That's not prolific in front of goal. I think he's more of a, maybe a number 10, more of a, a false 9 type player, somebody that is not an out-and-out striker. He's somebody that should be involved a bit deeper in the play. He's got that great ability in the final third to play those little through balls and create chances. And, he is very clever and he's very young. If United could sign him long-term deal, I'd say, yes, go for it. But, I don't know. I think we need to get a proper out-and-out number 9 striker to play on the last man. And then João Felix would be great to play deeper. But because we've got Mason Mount, I just don't see it happening. We just signed Mason Mount. We've got Bruno Fernandes. We've got Rashford, who will be playing out on the left side. We've got Garnacho deputising. We've got Anthony on the right side. I just don't really see where Felix would sort of go into the team. And if he was to go into the team at number 9, then it sort of means we have to change the way we play a little bit. So I'm not so sure. But he is obviously a very good player. I wouldn't be adverse to the signing of it at all. But I still think we would need to go and get a proper number 9 striker to help us. I mean, if we look at the shortlist at the moment of forward players we could go and get, it's not that long. And all of them mean spending quite a significant amount of money. Atalanta want 85 mil for Højlund. They won't get that, but they're aiming high. Kane is reportedly on the market if you want to pay 120 million pounds for him. That's crazy. Osman's huge amount of money. Gonçalo Ramos is a huge amount of money. João Felix would be a huge amount of money. So I don't know. I mean, I think if we're going to spend a huge amount of money, we should probably go and get the guy who's proven to do it in the league, which is Harry Kane. He scored 30 goals last season in the Premier League. So if you're just going from a money ball point of view, statistics, analysing the statistics to find out which makes the most sense and who can add those said statistics to your squad, Harry Kane makes the most sense. I'll ask the chat though. Yeah, Shiko says rate Watkins. Watkins all the way, says Matthew. I mean, he would be a decent addition to the squad. Would he be our out and out, proper one signing at striker? I wouldn't like to rely on him to do the job that we need him to do though. As a part of the squad, yes, he would be a good addition. But actually, as the only transfer signing, again, not what we need. But exactly, Gungshi says, exactly, Pig, we need a number 9, preferably 2 of them. Absolutely, Don Gungshi. Egon Spengler, thanks for your comment here, pal. Your highlighted comment. He's been a member for 22 months. Keep hitting the likes, by the way, guys. Keep smashing the like button. Let's get 169 likes on this video. We will be back on later on tonight to give you the latest transfer news of the evening around about sort of 10 p.m. We've got 150 likes. Thank you, everyone, for dropping that like. Let's try and get 200, actually. Let's try and get 200 likes. Let's have a little Baker Brigade like spike. Every like helps the channel to boost up on the algorithm, etc. YouTube's a cruel mistress. So help us out. Egon says, hey, legends, hope you're all doing well. Thank you for supporting this channel for 22 months, mate. Very much appreciated. Hope you're doing well, lad. Long-time legends of this channel you are, sir. And thank you to Sanjay Ramauta for subscribing to the channel also, mate. Welcome in, lad. Great to see you here. And we've done it, guys. We've done it. Rushmano, thank you so much. We've done it, guys. Look at that. New milestone achieved. 72,100 subscribers. Come on. Get in there. Welcome aboard to all the new subscribers. Thank you very much for joining us. We have gone up to 72.1k now. That's awesome. We're slowly creeping up, guys. We're slowly creeping up again now. That's awesome. Thank you, everyone, for subscribing. And thank you to the old subscribers as well. Bunch of legends. Dublin Games. Thank you for getting your highlighted comment in, bud. He says Harry Kane is not worth 120 million. Well, Harry Kane a few years ago with a long contract and, at 27 probably is worth around about that. But Harry Kane now with 1 year left on his contract and 29-30 is not worth 120 million. I agree with you. I think he probably should be going for about 90 million pounds tops. And that is really paying a premium to Spurs for the fact that we'd be taking him off their hand. In reality, he's a 70 million pound player because of the length on his contract. He is a world-class striker. In my opinion, he's in the top handful of few number 9s in the world. He really is. I think he's a really talented player. I mean, you don't score 30 goals in the Premier League if you're not. So he's doing that for a Spurs team which had an average season as well. So he definitely is a top-class goal scorer and a top-class striker. And he has different elements to his game as well, where he can create, drop deep, play good passes, that kind of thing. He's just an all-round intelligent player. So I've always rated Harry Kane, guys, and I think he is worth a lot of money to Man United. He'd be worth United to go and get just because he will provide us with a lot of goals, and he's proven to do it in this league. You can't really put a price on that. We could go and get Rasmus Højlund for £70 million, say, and he's young and will progress and get better, but he could come in and, be like Darwin Punez or something like that. Who needs it? You want somebody who's actually proven to do the business. That's why I think it's worth paying a good bit of cash to get the deal done. But if we're being honest, he's not worth a penny more than 90 million to Manchester United right now. It doesn't add up. I say what happens is we let Spurs sweat for most of the summer long, and they will be very cautious of the fact that if they don't do business before this transfer window ends, they stand to lose him next summer for nothing. Sure, they'll have a player for another season that will score them goals, and he'll be like a prisoner to them. He won't really have his heart in it. He won't really want to be there, but he'll keep his head down and he'll play for them for a year. And then he'll leave in a year's time, and he'll probably end up going to Man United or Bayern or one of these top clubs, PSG or Real or whoever wants to actually go in for him, which would be everybody if he's available for free. So they've got to do some business, I think, this summer. They've got to do some business. So I think Man United just need to make them sweat a little bit. Perhaps we are waiting to see if there's an agreement that takes place between Bayern Munich and Tottenham, in which case then we'll swoop in with a few million extra and try and convince Spurs to sell them to us. Maybe that is the case. I hope that's the case, guys. And I think that solves all of the problems at Man United, by and large. Yes, we could do with more midfield depth. Yes, we could do with another good centre-back to help bolster the options there, especially if we're selling players. But really, we need a goal scorer. And if Harry Kane was to come in and play for Ten Hag's United next season, I could see him bagging 25 to 30 Premier League goals for us. That's the difference. We'd go from having Wout Weghorst up top to Harry Kane. I mean, that's night and day. We would be getting an excellent player. So, yeah, we definitely need to try and sign him. But how much Spurs want could price us out of the market. We deserve to pay 100 million for Kane. Our board is pure shit. That's a fair point there, Captain Bring Down. It's a fair point, it's very possible that we will play that for him. I mean, Man United do generally overpay. We paid 20 million more for Mason Mount than we should have done. We paid 80 million for Maguire. We paid 85 million for Pogba. We always overpay. So 100 million on Kane, actually, at least we'd be getting a proven player who's more than likely going to come in and boss it. Oh, nice, Kieran. Enjoy, mate. Let us know how it is, lad. Rushmano says United must sell 3 to have a top window, in my opinion, and get some cash in. Yeah, spot on. So I think Henderson, Maguire, McTominay, something like that. Maybe Donny van de Beek, if we could get rid of him, would be an excellent window for us getting rid of players, which would generate cash to buy new. No, I didn't see that, actually, Matthew Smith. Johnny Evans training back with us. Well, he should have probably never left, if we're being honest. We only went and got worse players, to be fair. The Vutinator, thank you for the likes, Tally, mate. He says we got 168 likes. That's beautiful. Keep hitting that like button if you haven't done so. All love. Thank you. Okay, what else have I got to discuss here, guys? Yeah, Rice to Arsenal, done. There's some quotes here from Thomas Tuchel or Tuchel. I call him Tuchel, but some people say Tuchel, whatever. That ventriloquist dummy-looking twat who was at Chelsea and got sacked. Yeah, that one. He said, Thomas Tuchel on Kim Min-jae, he said, we want to replace Hernandez, and it's not a big secret who that should be. I won't name the name now, because that sometimes doesn't help. We'll try to announce that in the next few days, and it's Kim, clause-triggered, medical, done. So in regards to Thomas Tuchel on Kim Min-jae, obviously they're still working on that guy to get that guy in. It's a player that Manchester United were looking at earlier on in the window and we've been linked with. Hopefully we can snag him, but it's obviously really unlikely. It looks like he's going to Bayern. Just wanted to mention that because it is some news. Jim Watkins, thanks for your highlighted member comment here, pal. Come on, he's been a member for 5 months, lad. Get in there, Jim. Thank you, Jim, very much indeed, bro, for being a member for 5 months. Much appreciated. He says, Maguire should have stayed in Greece. What was he thinking, leaving such a beautiful country? I think he was thinking he's going to end up like the slab in the Iron Mask in a Greek prison, in a Mykonos jail cell, lad, if he didn't leave Greece. You know what I mean? So maybe that's got something to do with it. But I don't know. Thank you, Jim, very much for being a member for 5 months. I appreciate you, dude. What a legend. Get in there, you handsome bastard. All right, let me just have a look at, see if there's any new updates that have come in during the show. There's 1 or 2 other things I'm going to talk about as well before we get into the Q&A. Okay, so reports are that Inter Milan have been distracted from Andre Onana to Man United by the Romelu Lukaku situation. They want to give the green light tomorrow for 48 million to 50 million plus add-ons. Interesting stuff coming out there. So yeah, obviously they were working on Lukaku. Looks like he's now a real strong target for Juventus as well. And maybe that has had an effect on the Onana situation, I guess. It's reported that Inter want to close the Onana situation by tomorrow evening. But what we've said is that the base price will be about 50 million euros, and it could reach up to 55 million euros. So, yeah, I mean, there's no real dramas there. This is from Alfredo Padula over in Italy. There's no real dramas there. It is going to be agreed in some capacity very soon. And once we've got that information, we'll let you know. Right, one or two other things I'm going to discuss very quickly, guys. So, Disasi, reports are that a couple of teams are interested in bringing in Disasi. And he's also been a target for United Monaco centre-back Axel Disasi. Maguire's future obviously remains subject to speculation, and if he goes, then maybe we could see us bring in a player like Disasi, but at this moment in time, it's very speculative, so we'll have to wait and see. But teams like West Ham and Newcastle are linked with Maguire, as they are also with McTominay, and reports are that maybe we could be interested in bringing in this Frenchman. So Florian Plettenberg, German journalist, reporting that we could well be interested in bringing Disasi in if we can sell Harry Maguire. And he also claims that Newcastle are currently pushing for Disasi, with the Magpies holding discussions over a deal for the 25-year-old. So Disasi, guys, Axel Disasi, yes or no? Would you like him at United? Yes or no? Axel Disasi. Let us know your thoughts and opinions. So, you know, he started his career at Paris FC before making the move to Reims. And then he's you know, switched to Monaco. He's been playing for them since summer of 2020. He's obviously very well rated. I mean, I don't watch much French football at all. So, you know, but he does seem like he's a very decent player and a decent option. I don't see how anybody could be worse than Harry Maguire at this stage, to be fair. So there you go. But really, we're not looking for a player to come in and disrupt Varane and Martinez's partnership. They need to be the Rio and Vidic. They need to be the Rio and Vidic. But behind every Rio and Vidic, you need a Wes Brown and a John O'Shea. You know, you need players who are going to come in and deputise and to rotate. So I think that's the sort of player that we would be trying to sign there. Same goes for Amrabat, really. Yeah, Stefan, we do need Amrabat as well. Same goes for Amrabat. I think Amrabat would be coming in to essentially play a rotationary role for us as well. So yeah, that's the sort of thing we'd be going for. Great comment there anyway. Okay, so that's an interesting point I wanted to just bring up there as well. That's basically it, guys. So quickly, just in case you're just getting in here, Manchester United on the verge of an announcement with Inter Milan, an agreement and an announcement to sign Andre Onana. It should be any moment now, but it could be tonight, could be tomorrow, who knows? We're waiting to find out. He could well travel Sunday or Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday to come over and have a medical and get that deal done. So we're just waiting on whether or not that can be done. That's the latest news, guys. Let's get into the live chat now for a bit of a Q&A. Thank you all for being here. Over 200 legends in here. Let's get 200 likes on the stream. And before I get into the comments, I'm just going to go over to Twitter and shout out everyone who's retweeted us. At the top of the live chat is the link to the tweet. Go and give that a retweet, and I'll give you all a shout out. And thank you, everyone who helps us, spread the word of the show there. Nice one. Yeah, Billy says, Piggy, thoughts on United rejecting €26 million offer from Fenerbahce for Fred? I heard it was from Galatasaray, wasn't it? Wasn't it Galatasaray who had put a bid in for him? And maybe it's Fenerbahce as well. But, you know, certainly, yeah, Galatasaray, or maybe you're saying Fenerbahce. Let me just try and find this thing that I saw, just to clarify. Reject offer from Fred. I think it was from Galatasaray, you know, but same old deal. Some Turkish club some Turkish club, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but either way, yeah, we have reportedly rejected an offer. I mean, who knows? It depends what it is. Depends on the amount of money involved. I mean, I think he's worth 25 million to sell him. He's obviously 30, but he is a Brazil international and he is a good player, so we can't sell him for nothing. So, I don't know. It really does depend on how much they've spent on him. Apparently, yeah, 2 Turkish giants are interested in him. So I think you're absolutely right, but actually, Fenerbahce and Galatasaray have both recently been discussing the possibility of signing Fred. And the report claims that United are insisting on £20 million for Fred. I think that's cheap, to be fair. But if they've bid for less than that, if they've bid 15 or something less than that, I can understand why United have rejected it. Because I think he's worth at least £25 million. I don't think we should sell him for anything less than that. Lucky Singh says, I need 17 to 21 million pounds for Fred Orlanga. Hey, Lee, nice to see you too, mate. How you doing? Thank you, Lee. Jim Watkins, thank you so much, Jim Watkins, for the lovely message there, mate. Super chat, super Jimmy Watkins. Get in there, you absolute non-drongo from Oz. Thank you so much there, Jim, for getting in here raw from Australia, mate. He says, love your channel, Piggy Legend. Respect. Thank you very much, Jim. You're a very kind person, mate. Appreciate that. Let's get some love in the chat there for the positive vibes there from Jimmy Watkins. Thank you, Jim. Right, I'm going to go check the tweets, guys. Click that link. Give us a retweet. Let's shout out everyone who's given us a retweet. It does help the show, so I just want to say appreciate all the legends that have retweeted us. And I can see Feline Fur, John, the ETH Effect. Get in there, my son. Erwan Abdullah, Boomy, Transfers_UTD, and Aaron Homeyard have all retweeted the show. Thank you very much indeed, lads and lasses, for sharing that around. It's much appreciated. You can also give us a follow up on Twitter at Flying Pig United, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, Kick, and also Threads at Flying Pig United. All the links are in the description of this video. Okay, Raven says, Pig, for you, who do you think was better? Prime Andy Cole, Prime Van Persie, or Prime Anthony Martial? Are you taking a piss? Is this guy taking a piss? He's put Prime Martial in the conversation with RVP and Andy Cole. I mean, obviously, Tony Martial gets sent to the bloody scrap heap straight away because he's absolutely shite and shouldn't even be uttered in the same breath as Andy Cole and RVP. I mean, from a technical point of view, I think RVP was technically the better footballer between RVP and Andy Cole. But you cannot actually deny Andy Cole's goal-scoring rate. Thing is, Andy Cole was the sort of player, he needed quite a lot of chances to convert, but he did convert a heck of a lot of goals, and he scored, 30-odd goals for Newcastle United one season. That immense season he had with Manchester United, where him and York, he scored over 40 goals between them as well. Andy Cole's an absolutely phenomenal player. But actually, technically speaking, I kind of think that RVP, technically wise, in terms of technique, was maybe better. But does that mean that he's a better goal scorer, a better asset to the team? No, I mean, Andy Cole was a fucking legend for United. I don't know, that's a really tough one. But for longevity and just also, successors at the football club as well, because obviously Andy Cole was part of something very special at Manchester United. I'm going to say Andy Cole, actually. But I think, technically speaking, maybe RVP, technique-wise and everything, was on another level. But that doesn't necessarily mean that he was a better goal scorer, does it? Gungshi says, agree, Pig. Yeah, if Axel gets rid of Harry Potter, then bloody sign me up, says, in earnest. Get in there. Boomy says, do you think anyone will go for Osserman? Because I don't think anyone will 130 minutes. No, they're not going to pay that amount for him. That's absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? It's too much money. Hi, Cal says, GGMU, Andre Onana. Let's hope he's coming in very, very soon, lad. Beautiful. Hopefully he does come in very, very soon, mate. That'd be very nice to see. Just waiting on an announcement, aren't we? Just waiting on an announcement. Dancing with the Devil says, scored for fun and didn't take pens like Shearer. Great shout, actually, to be fair, with you Dancing with the Devil, lad. Yeah, maybe Real will go for Osserman. Fred to Saudi, that's also a possibility as well. He gets the ball and he scores a goal. Andy Cole. What a fucking legendary chant, mate. Absolutely. Yeah, no, don't deny Andy Cole. He was absolutely brilliant. It's weird how he never quite did it for the same level for England, though, did he? It's strange how that happens. Andy Cole, get in there, my son. Andy Cole before your time. Well, he was a fantastic player. Yeah, I grew up on Andy Cole. The York and Cole combination was quite spectacular. It's up there with the best duos, in world football ever, to be fair. It's right up there. They just had that understanding together and played together really, really well. It was brilliant. Napoli will sell at some point. The director's kind of in the mud, says must play. You can see the Glazers going nowhere. I think we're stuck with them. Eric Hahn says, are you going to do a gaming stream soon? I am, mate. When I'm ready to come back and do it, absolutely I will do, mate. Covering the United transfer news and stuff, and I am going to. I am going to, Eric Hahn. When I feel like it, mate, to be honest, when I feel up to it. If someone offered 40 million for Wan-Bissaka, would you do it? Oh, 40 million's a lot. 40 million quid for Wan-Bissaka. I mean, maybe. That would be good money you could then re-spend on the squad. But to be fair, he is actually a really good player and he's young. Actually, no. I'd actually keep him. I think he deserves chances in this team 100%. He's actually been fantastic for us in 2023. Let's hope that he continues that this season. Yeah, he very much didn't get much of a chance for England compared to, how prolific he was in the league. Boomy says, lower your voice, Pig. You're very disrespectful shouting out loud on the mic. I got headphones on. Oh, I'm so sorry about that, Boomy, mate. I really do apologise that, my son. Get out! Sorry about that, everyone. Madhouse says Prime CR7 or Prime Veghorst. Right, you shut your face. 55 million for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I say let go, but not for less. Well, there you go. If we were to get an insane offer like that for Wan-Bissaka, it'd be pretty hard to turn it down. Didn't we pay 60 million for him? No, I don't think we did. We paid a lot of money for him. How much was it, guys? It wasn't 60 million, though. Oh, it was 50 million. I think it was 50 million pounds. I think it was 50. We paid a shitload for the guy. No doubt. Louder says Is Reuters and Bloomberg wrong about Sheikh Jassim taking over United? I doubt it. Both are not clickbait. No, definitely not the case. You're absolutely right. I think we've just got to hope that you know, it gets wrapped up very, very soon in regards to the takeover. But it's slow, isn't it? The glaze is very, very slow. Yeah, it was 50 million. It was 50 million. Yeah, Massey says Cole was class. He kind of changed his game a bit when he joined United. He lost a little bit of pace. Didn't he also break both of his legs at some point? I seem to remember. And he wasn't quite the same after that. I think he broke both of his legs, guys. Who remembers that? He was rapid, says Massey. Man United still need top strikers besides Rashford. 100% agree with you. Yeah, Rashford should be playing left wing, shouldn't he, really? We shouldn't be relying on him as our, number one goal scorer. It shouldn't be the case. He can definitely provide us a lot of goals and he can definitely play the number 9. But we should be getting a different number 9 to really do the business for us there. Proposed sale going on nearly a year. Yeah, it is actually quite unbelievable, isn't it? Andy Cole and Sheringham hate each other. Yeah, they do, Billy. Stems from, I think it was some incident when they were playing with England and Sheringham got subbed off for Cole and Cole wanted a handshake and Sheringham just ignored him or some shit like something pathetic like that. Stems from that. Yeah. Alex Garnacho needs to break through. Rashford left wing, need that pace. Ruddock broke both of his bones in one leg in a reserves game. Oh, was it Neil Ruddock, was it? What a dirty bastard. Neil Ruddock, you absolute slob. No, Lukaku deal for Inter is dead by the sounds of it, says Rushmano. Absolutely looks like Juventus are the one, maybe who now will be going for him. I don't know about that, Matthew Smith. I mean, you're saying so. Maybe you're right, but I don't know about that, to be fair. Sheringham was a bit pathetic back then, says Must Play. Yeah, but he gets points for snapping Gordon Ramsay in a charity game. Hey, have a good one, Jim Watkins. Hey, you and me both, bud. I'm basically going to wrap this stream up now anyway, mate. That's the latest. There is no Onana official announcement just yet. Man United is still slow as Slabby Maguire doing the 100 metres at this stage. We're awaiting the announcement. It could well be tonight. Hopefully be very, very soon. And, we'll keep you posted as and when there is. When it breaks that we've finally announced the deal and there is an agreement in place between the two clubs, we'll jump on with the official announcement, guys. So keep a lookout for that. You can click the bell icon by smashing the bell, obviously, and that would notify you when we post and go live. Subscribe to the channel if it's your first time here by clicking the subscribe and drop a cheeky little like on this video before you go. Drop a cheeky like and come back afterwards when it's finished. Get your thoughts and opinions in about any of the topics we've discussed here. We're nearly at 200 likes, so keep smashing those likes before you go. And thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for the chat. Thanks for the banter. Great show as always. Thanks for getting in the chat. This community makes these streams, and there's a lot of interaction going on in here, and I appreciate you all interacting with me. Thank you so much, lads and lasses. Shout out to Gungshi for gifting out 5 memberships on the channel. That was immense from the lad. Thank you to all the super chatters. Thank you to everyone who's chatted in the live chat and got in here. All these people on screen. You're a bunch of absolute Stonewall legends. Get in there. Good night. God bless. We'll be back later, though. Not good night. Good afternoon. Good evening. And we'll see you later on. Thank you, the Hoop Man. Thank you to all the moderators and all the members in green for supporting the channel and everyone else as well. We will be getting back at FIFA, I know. We will be getting back at FIFA. Superstar, thank you so much. Thank you for retweeting Dancing with the Devil as well. Get in there, you legend. Thank you, Primot. Thank you, everyone. That's it from me. Come back afterwards. Have your say in the not live comments. Check out the website, flyingpigunited.com, for your latest United news. Also, check out the social media channels in the description of this video. You can follow us at Flying Pig United on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, Kick, Threads, and all those places. So go over there and give us a follow if you're on those platforms. But thanks for watching. That's it from me. We'll keep you posted later on with all the latest United news in the evening show around about 10 p.m. So come and join us then. And have a good Saturday night, folks. See you in a bit. Piggy loves you. And remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, as this is because they sing, sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much.